Hello, everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wildside list. Today we have a special list. First of all, I'm Lobo. A little kind of confused. Recorded these videos previously, and the mic was not working, so gonna go through it again. But we're gonna do the top 10 moments of 2024. There was quite a few of them with a lot of crazy stuff going around in wrestling, crazy matches, but these are just my personal moments. So if you don't agree, just let me know in the comments, okay, guys? Uh, let's start off with some honorable mentions. The first one will be the debut of the Wyatt Six. Um, it was just shortly after the Bray Wyatt documentary came out, where when they came back, or this group came out to debut. Uh, Definitely a good heartfelt moment because of that, and a great showing not just with the camera works, the lighting and stuff, but the backstage footage of everybody being taken out. That was pretty cool. A different view of what normally was put out on Raw or SmackDown. I don't remember where it was, but um, the only thing is I didn't put him any higher because I feel like they haven't done much with it after that. So I have him there as an honorable mention. Another one is Bronson Reed. Um, his tsunamis. I mean, all of them he's done. He did what 6, 7 straight to Seth to take him out. He took Strowman out. He gave him a crap load one off onto a car. And then the one that he took himself out with was the one off the cage at War Games. But everything Bronson Reed definitely has stepped up his game, and that those tsunamis are definitely something to be threatened about. There is one more honorable mention that I will mention during the list because it kind of goes hand in hand. So let's get right into the list, okay, guys? At number 10, we have the entrance of Jey Uso in Backlash. I mean, the energy from the crowd on that entrance was amazing. I mean, everybody and their mom were standing doing the yeet. Uh, that I mean, it was just fucking great. So that entrance is, I feel like Jey Uso is on the verge of, like he calls himself main event. I think he's right on the edge of becoming considered at least to be like main event constantly. At number 9, I have um, this one I have because no one expected it, especially because he has been retired for years. Nigel McGuinness returned in All in Wembley Stadium. Uh, was so good, so nostalgic because around the time of his career ended, it was when mine was starting. Um, but he was very how can I say this? He is a very great superstar wrestler in ring when he was going at it. He was never given his flowers, I think. So him going out in Wembley, his home country, and getting the flowers he deserved, um, was so good to see. A very good moment. I wish they would have done more with it. Like he had another match or so. But if he would have won that match that he was in, was a battle royal for the winner who will face at the time the champion, Brian Danielson. The history, if you know about him and Brian Danielson, you know the hatred is real, pretty much for them. That would have been so good, and that would have brought this moment up higher. Um, at number 10, nope, that was 9. At number 8, I have Okada's debut in AEW, and everything he's done since then. And that goes to my other honorable mention, which is him pressing the wrong button when Acclaim was about to drop some raps. Uh, the way he acted out that part was so good, and then calling him bitch. Like I said, every promo Okada's doing right now ends with the bitch. Um, him changing his classic Okada pose to now middle finger, very good, very cool. Like I said, not all that would not have been possible if he wouldn't debut with AEW, which we all kind of felt like he would eventually. Um, and I see him eventually switching back to the serious Rainmaker Okada, like in Japan. But having this side of him shows that he could do it all. So I love it. Uh, Okada's debut at number 8. At number 7, this is gonna go hand in hand with another one a little higher, but this is what kicked off the whole situation towards WrestleMania. The Rock slapping Cody and then Cody slapping him back. It's both moments together. I think it brought out um, the edge and made the story more interesting for sure because it pretty much turned The Rock at that moment to to heel and made it possible for the Hollywood Rock, quote unquote, final boss to come out of The Rock. So number seven is those two getting slapped or slapping each other. At number six is a feel good moment to end of a career is the Stingers final stand. Not just his last match. I mean, obviously we felt that coming, but we knew it was coming. Oh, excuse me. But it was what was leading up to it. They were champions. Him and Darby Allin, and that was probably going to be their own defense. So if they lost it, they would have been just win it and lose it champions. They never really defended it. You know what they say about that. Um, but the entrance with his sons, the past two characters he pretty much had, the red and black NWO and the classic '80s Sting with the very colorful paint job on his face was great. The way Sting went out, he went out swinging, went out doing some crazy stuff in that final match against the Bucks, um, and really giving him the exit he deserved for his career. Fucking amazing. His last stand, number six. At number five, we have one that's a little more recently biased for me because it just happened. Um, but it showed the side of two characters that I don't think a lot of people saw. But Kofi and Woods turning on Big E. Ah, I want to put this higher, but I want to see where it goes because I feel that moment itself was very very good, especially with what they did because they were celebrating the 10-year anniversary. They had the people in the palm of their hand cheering them, giving them praises, and for them to turn that and get them hate to the point now they can't even talk. They're giving them Dom treatment. Uh, wasn't Kofi turning on Biggie was amazing. Um, the first time I saw it, or as I was watching it live, it was hard to watch because of what was happening. But I've rewatched it a few times after that, and it's just the way it hits. Is you hear it in the crowd that from going for adoration, cheering, to that slow booing, hatred, and just disgust of Woods and Kofi. That is it was fucking gold. I think if they carry this on to next year, I think they should be champions again, no doubt. But we'll see where it goes, and maybe you'll bring this moment even higher because of what happens. But at number four is the one that comes right after the Rock and Cody slaps, which the final boss and him beating the shit out of Cody pretty much. Uh, yeah, I mean this was ending the show. I think it was a Raw or Smack. No, it was SmackDown. It was ending the show of him beating up Cody, running him out of the building. And they did something that they didn't normally do, but are starting to do more now. That after the show is over, after everything's wrapped, they keep going, they keep selling. So it brings up not just a little bit more of the reality or the kayfabe, as they say, but they show a little more. It shows like there's really an animosity there, some hatred as The Rock beats the living shit out of Cody, busts him up, talks shit to his mom. It's freaking great. Yeah, that moment will always stand out because of those. That it was raining outside. I just remember that it was raining outside, and as Cody was bleeding, getting blood all over, he was being soaked wet, laying on the puddle of water. So it was the visual, the camera work. It was so good. So that's got to be number four. At number three, I have a very good feel moment, especially because not a lot of us saw him winning a title in AEW. Brian Danielson winning that title against Swerve. Such a good match. A lot of people are giving him, I think, more than I would, specifically me, but um, for two reasons that I'll talk about that in the best matches of the year. So don't worry about that. That'll be covered. But Brian Danielson winning that title was very emotional, especially towards the end of the match where Swerve was panning to. I mean, he did it through the whole match, but he was panning specifically to Brian family, his wife and his kids, where everything he did, he was like, "Watch your dad suffer," pretty much. and Brian Danielson fighting through that, telling his kid he fucking loves him or his family that he fucking loves him, and then winning it. Very good feel moment. Um, I would put it higher, but like I said, there was a few things that nitpicky for me, but it was still very beautiful, very good moment. At number two, just because I had not seen this done very often or at all, to be honest with you, was Dirty Dom turning quote unquote heel or turning on Rhea. People were saying that he turned heel. No, he was already a heel. So him turning on Rhea just made him more despicable, more of a douchebag, more hated. Just one of the guys that you just love to hate, especially that stupid haircut, that stupid little mustache, and him having Rhea on his side and now having Liv on his side. It just, I mean, you want to hate him, you know. Um, but yeah, he was the week before when he laid into Liv Morgan that he would never betray Rhea, blah blah blah, all that stuff. He was starting to get. He was such a good bad guy. He was trying to turn good, getting cheered, but that moment just made him more despicable and turned everybody completely off on him. So that's number two. His work with that was amazing. Um, I'm a number one, just personally for me, because the way it looked, it was amazing. I know WWE has done similar stuff to this, but um, the way it was shot, the way uh, the dialogue that was going through this moment was when Adam Page burned down Swerve Strickland's childhood home. It was amazing. I mean, Adam Page was literally he was throwing gasoline as he was talking down his opponent, burying him verbally, burnt, and then setting up gas everywhere. And then as he comes out to the front of the house, there's a sofa and a drink, and then he drops some sort of fire and lights it up. And the camera angle that they set up, you could see him still talking a little bit and see the flame climbing up the stairs and then setting the house on fire, giving a beautiful silhouette of the fire over uh, Adam Page's psychotic face. That was gold, man. Uh, that was so gold, and I hope to continue this. Um, you going with Swerve and Adam, but what Adam Page has done with this character now is made him a little bit unhinged and a little psychotic. Which, with that moment, you could see all of that coming out. So that is my top moment, just because of the cinematic part of it. But oh, excuse me. But tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments. Tell me your top 10 moments of the year. Um, Other than that, remember to be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for the problems you don't have because it could always be much, much worse. But I've been Lobo, and this was Joker's Wild Side. See ya.